Welcome back. Are you a young person in the community of Groseley between the age of 15 to 29, unemployed and looking to advance yourself academically or professionally? Well, the president of the Groseley North Youth Development Council, Rejan Montoute, says applications are now open for the NEET Youth Scholarship. This opportunity is in collaboration with the National Enrichment Learning Program and aims to reduce poverty and unemployment among youth within the Groseley district.
The idea came about when we were speaking to our social transformation officer for Groseley, who is the point person for NELU activities within the constituency with regards to the constituents and getting access to the NELU program. So basically, out of a meeting with him, one of the things he highlighted was that there were young persons who had indicated interest in the NELU program, however, but since you're dealing with young, unemployed, uneducated young persons, the difficulty has been for them to gain the funding for them to actually study the program. And it kind of makes sense because if you're unemployed and you're trying to get something going for you, a tuition fee would be something difficult for you to bear the burden of, which is where the council came in and decided to provide that, how should I say, provide the curb to that problem, which would be the funding for study.
Montoute points out a wide range of courses are available for interested people and will allow for entry into an array of different sectors.
Throughout the program, some of the courses that would be available would be customer service, bartending, cosmetology, massage therapy, IT, human relations, carpentry, plumbing, tiling, basic math and English, as well as CXC math and English, French and integrated science. So persons who apply through the scholarship program would have the ability to choose which one would they like to pursue. Outcome is that we hope to have, after this project, given 25 young persons the ability to gain access to some sort of education, which they could now take on either into an entrepreneurship role or take on for them to add to their CV for them to be employed.
The deadline for applications is Monday, the 19th of August. Interested applicants can contact the council at 461-4911 or groseley.ysc@gmail.com. In other news, malaria parasites resistant to key drugs have spread rapidly in Southeast Asia. That's according to researchers from both the UK and Thailand. The parasites have moved from Cambodia to Thailand and Vietnam, where half of patients are not being cured by first-choice drugs. Researchers say the findings raise the terrifying prospect of drug resistance spreading to Africa. However, experts said the implications may not be as severe as first thought, since there are alternative drugs that can be used. Huge progress has been made towards eliminating malaria. However, the development of drug resistance threatens that progress. The other issue is if the resistance spreads further and reaches Africa, where more than 9 in 10 cases of the disease are. The Ministry of Youth Development and Sports is set to throw its support behind student athletes who will represent the island in the upcoming Windward Island School Games in Dominica from the 28th of July to the 4th of August.
62 of St. Lucia's best athletes are set to represent the island at the annual Windward Island Secondary School Games, which will be held in Dominica from July 28th to August 4th, 2019. A press conference was hosted to unveil the national ambassadors, their coaches, chaperone, physiotherapist, and the team's manager. The Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Leota Shalmine Mason, began by encouraging the young athletes to put their best foot forward.
Your determination and hard work has paid off and have given you a spot to represent Team St. Lucia. You will be going out there as ambassadors to St. Lucia and most importantly to yourselves. So I don't think I need to express or to tell you how you need to behave, but to let you know that we expect you to compete in the true spirit of sportsmanship. We all know last year we had a little incident on the field of play, and I'm going to ask you to especially be in control of your emotions. Things happen on the field of play that will cause your emotions to rise, but how you deal with it will ultimately determine who and what you are.
The team's manager, Wayne Benty, explained that the sports ambassadors are expected to operate on the principles of discipline, respect, empathy, responsibility, and safety. He continued by providing insight into a few of the training sessions hosted before the teams were selected.
In Library, the male team played and the female team played just to simulate what is happening. We also had a netball match in Miku, followed by a football match in Miku, just to see the team gel and to identify other players, because we had extra players at the camp just to verify what it is that we're going on, and we had some form of cross training. So also, and in the mornings, the coaches had training, and then we did an activity just for the athletes to get to know each other from the various sports, and they were just speaking to their strengths, their weaknesses, and identifying what it is that they like about themselves. So persons were just mingling to kind of understand each other.
The athletes will be competing in athletics, male and female, basketball, male and female, football, netball, and volleyball, male and female, against athletes from 3 neighboring islands. Last year's games saw Grenada capturing their 7th consecutive win, with St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines coming in second. For Hot 7 News, I am Love Spooner reporting.
A group of Japanese university students are on island conducting field studies in the areas of fisheries and marine science. The Administrative and Public Relations Officer for the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA, Erland George, spoke with Hot 7 News.
The projects are in various areas. There is a group studying the sargassum. There is a group doing eco-tourism. They're here to conduct their field research for their different studies, and we're here today at the Department of Fisheries, where they have basically presented their project ideas to the Fisheries Department and outline how they are going to be conducting their research. And of course, we are happy to have the support of the Department of Fisheries to support the Japanese students.
One of the Japanese university students spoke on her experience thus far. Her research project is about sargassum seaweed.
We think about some research survey with using some kite. Then we take some picture from the sky with kite. Then we estimate some amount of seaweed. Then we practice do some workshop with children.
The group of 8 students are on island for the next few days. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Sports News with Tennyson Glasgow is up next.